Now, military communications are the backbone of any armed force, ensuring that efficient and effective coordination of operations in command and control, intelligence gathering, logistics, and also support, among others. Warrant Officer 1 retired John Michael Mwangi served the Kenya Army for close to 4 decades as a communications expert. Ben Troy Njue spent a day with the veteran for this, and he brings us this week's edition of Military Tales.
We are at Kiamuruga in Kirinyaga County for a scheduled interview with Warrant Officer 1 retired John Mwangi, a Kenya Army veteran who served for 39 plus years in the military. We first make a stop over at his former school, which he admits molded him to the man he is today.
This school started around 1965. Earlier, it was somewhere around 3 kilometers away from here, eastwards. He remembers molded me through my life, through the civilian life, where I was working in the military. And up to now, I still come here to assist the school because it is a pillar to one's my achievement. I left the school when I was a CP graduate. Then I went to Career Mixed Secondary School, just down here around 6 kilometers from here, carrying our boxes, wooden boxes. And from there, I did my East African Certificate of Education by those days, which was being marked in Uganda. I managed to be recruited on 30th September 1977.
Mwangi, who is currently undertaking his doctorate degree, aspires to be a university lecturer. We then travel a short distance to his home for the rest of the interview.
I was brought up here in Kirinyaga County, the former Kirinyaga District, Kirinyaga Central, at a village known as Kevingo, but the area is known as Kiamuruga, here where we are right now.
Officer Mwangi was born in November of 1958 and was fortunate to join the army on 30th September 1977.
I went there in 1st Kenya Battalions, where we were trained for 3 months from September, early October to late January, when we completed our training. I was posted to a new unit which was being formed, known as 76 Ground Cavalry Battalion, and they used to use the light armored cars. I decided to join communication as a career, the regimental signalers course or operators course or general communication.
As a military communications expert, he also became an instructor for 36 years.
The work of the operator is to receive messages or information from other units when they are in the field. They then send any information if it is written. We used to call them messages that you normally text nowadays. So they were a procedure of going to the signal center or the communication center. You receive message, you are kept on duties according to how many you are, and you are given the work to do. It's just to monitor the radio, you receive the messages and transmit if they come.
And for the purposes of this interview, it's
yes.
also good to inform our viewers that back then you're using Morse code.
You know, Morse code started in America in 1788, around there. And because this was one of the challenges to us, because many people never knew how to use telegraphic codes. We used to be mentored by a friend, Obachi Machoka, when he was in Northeast and transmitting those codes of Morse. So we learned them to the highest level, and we became so good. So you could not hear our voices when we were transmitting those messages. You could just hear the codes, the signal codes. They were very important because anybody who did not know the meaning of those codes could not, even if I'm receiving a message which is saying that you are going to be arrested right now, you cannot know because it's coming in form of codes. The codes are normally from alpha to Zulu, or A to Z, and they have got different sounds. I was selected to go and teach or instruct in one of the Kenya Army schools, which is known as Kenya Army School of Armour. I went to be teaching communication topics or lessons. So I went there in 1981 December Up to the time I left the army, I was working as an instructor in that prestigious school, the Kenya School of Armour.
Mwangi was part of the military men who restored order in the city center during the botched 1982 coup.
I was still a corporal, and by that time, unfortunately, there was a lot of confusion. I remember I used to move from Rangata to DOD, and people were not even able to put their ID in the pocket. Even if you tell them, put your ID back, they could not, because they could not believe that they are not going to be shot.
Mwangi was part of the United Nations peace mission during the Ethiopia-Eritrea conflict in the year 2000.
There was a very, very big tension, stress, because we never knew, and there was no any other mission which people had gone between two countries fighting. After reaching, because it was during a rainy season, we met scars. The scars were the first thing to be seen by us as we arrived. So you can just imagine, in that airport you can see an aircraft there, which was completely destroyed by, probably an RPG or any other ammunition. The Ethiopian had left only 40 kilometers to drive the Eritreans to the Red Sea. So you can see that gap. We went between the 40 kilometers, buffer zones, which was created, and we stayed there. When we started working, it was very traumatizing because we normally met scars, we met dead people who are always left on the road. So that is one of my worst thing. One day we went for an air recce. We were flying from Asab to Afambo and then touched down Afambo, and then we were going to an oasis which was being claimed by the two countries. And when we were there, the pilot forgot the maps and we lost the route. We had to circle in the air for 1.5 hours, and we are fearing that because we are closer to the transmitters of Ethiopia, that we could be shot because it was no flying zone.
We were just in your retirement, but you are still studying. This is something that we encourage other serving soldiers as well.
Our commanders were always encouraging us that remember home, plan well, and if possible, have some papers so that you can, when you go back there, you can be able to be relevant to the society. I registered for a Bachelor of Project Planning and Management. From 2013 to 2016, I graduated. That is the time I was retiring. I got a second class honors. I immediately booked the master's degree in project planning. And then in 2019, I graduated with a master's in project planning and management.
Oh, congratulations.
In 2021, I again registered for my PhD. I did only one semester, and because of fund, I deferred. Until now, I'm probably, before I'm 70 years, I would be able, and I'm aspiring to be a lecturer.
He rallies Kenyans to maintain peace and tranquility.
The citizens of this country to know when war breaks, it has got a lot of consequences. It's better, all these leaders, instead of going for benchmarking of development, first they go and benchmark where conflicts are there so that they can know the effect of conflicts. I would urge you to be peaceful always.
Now retired, his new office is taking care of his businesses and is very active in his farm.
I've started a retail shop. We also do some mixed farming. I've got a program for fattening bulls. I keep them for 1 year, and I sell. And we sell one at 100,000 or 150,000. Normally have social activity with other members of the community. I'm also the secretary of Kirinyaga Karate Association. I'm also the chairman of the development committee of St. Thomas Kiamuruga Catholic Roko Church. 4 boys. One is in Eldoret, the other 2 are in Nairobi, and the other one is in Embu. 2 have done skills, one in a polytechnic and the other in a TVET, and I hope they will have a good life. That is a coffee. It's a type of Batiani.
Away from the hustles and bustles of life, he is a karateka and still active at club level. close to 4 decades as a soldier, this veteran's journey is a solid demonstration of resilience and commitment to service. For Military Tales, I'm Ben Troy Njue.